Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I know it's been a while. I want to give you all an update about what's going on our place in Italy. We've gotten a lot of questions about any improvements we made, any fixtures we made. Just a quick refresher, recap. We bought our house in Abruzzo, Italy, in Rocca Spinovetti, about just over a year ago. In that time, we've been able to visit, make 4 trips over and visit our place. We have grand plans to do some renovations. We've got some yard work done. But where we're at right now, we're waiting for some construction work to be done. When we purchased a place, we knew we wanted to do renovations to the main floor. The main floor has 2 bedrooms, a family room, and a kitchen. So we want to do some updating and renovations there. We want to make sure that we keep the nice terrazzo floor, the original floor in there. Then down below we have a basement which was used as a barn, and then we have a nice cellar. If you see one of the other videos, that's the one with the bats going around in there. So before we could do any major work, any renovations, there's an issue we had to fix. In the northwest corner of the house, there was a crack coming down, and that crack kind of pushed the wall out a little bit, and we found out it was actually a foundation issue. So we had a contractor come in and with our geometry and figure out how to just stabilize that corner so we can get somebody in there, an architect and an engineer, to figure out how to permanently solve that problem. So there's actually quite a few solutions on the table to solve that problem. The first was a temporary fix, hold it up, cement it, get it in place, and they came out and did that work pretty quickly. The next thing was, now how do we permanently fix that problem so we can move on with the other renovations of the house? After coming out and getting a geologist to figure out where bedrock is, drill holes, take his machine out there, get that report, work with the engineer, the solution was actually reached. We figured out what needs to be done. And then after that, we have to, between a lot of waking up really early and doing video conference calls with Italy back and forth, it's been time consuming. And so now we're at a point where we had to choose between 3 builders to do the job. So we chose a builder, which is a local builder just right down the street from us, and he has quite a bit of work to do. Things don't always move as fast as you want them to. In construction, I guess that would be everywhere, but especially in Italy, if you're not there, because we're here in the States. So a lot of that back and forth takes time. But the original plan actually was to make the house more stable, was to eliminate the whole living floor and put a whole new floor down that was lighter, because the original floor has terrazzo tiles and each room is different, and we love them. We wanted to preserve that. And just to give you an example of the weight of the tiles, as this is from the kitchen, there's extra in the barn down below. If you look at that, that's a pretty solid block. This weighs quite a few pounds, and this is only 1/9 of a tile. We took some extra tiles and had them cut out and actually gave them out as gifts and use them as cup holders, pot holders, or just decorative items. But you can tell the amount of weight that's putting on that basement ground foundation. So we kind of nixed that plan because we wanted to keep that original floor, and we didn't want to open our front door, and who knows how long it would take them to rebuild that floor. So they came up with a plan, one, to reinforce the foundation, help it against earthquakes, where they're going to dig a whole bunch of pylons, 11 pylons, about 2 meters apart and about 11 meters down to bedrock. And then they're going to add a new base across the back of the house. The old stairways going down the house that are falling over, we're going to replace all that. So once they resolve the foundation issue, they're immediately going to start working on supporting the living floor with the heavy tiles up above. They're going to start off in the old barn by adding 3 columns to the ones that are already there, and then adding a steel beam of support across the top. Then in the cantina side, they're going to add 2 more pillars against the side close to where the crack was, another beam going across the top there. So that cellar cantina will be really nice and secure. Then once that is done, we can start making plans to figure out how we're going to do renovations in the living part up above and how we're going to do renovations down below in the cellar and in the cantina for future visitors and enjoyment, whatever that might be. So hopefully that should fix all the foundation. We're hoping that they get started within the next few weeks before winter kicks in. I know it's August in Italy right now, so a lot of people are on vacation. There's a lot of work going on there as well in construction, so there might be some shortages. With the war in Ukraine, supplies have gone up, gas has gone up, so prices are going up. Labor availability of labor is kind of going down, but we're staying on top of that as well. So at this point, as soon as we see construction, they'll send us videos. And for those of you who are curious, the way the contract is laid out with Geometra is that when a certain percentage of work is done, he oversees the builder and pays the builder at that point of the work. So he doesn't get paid up front. We put something down, and then when 30% is done, and then when 60%, and then I believe 90%, and then 100% is done, and that's all signed off and good to go. Once we get that foundation fixed, we get some new windows, we get the new stairs, then we can start looking into building maybe a terrace out back, but definitely renovating the inside of the house. And the best thing about it, it's not really the best thing because I want to be there now as much as I can, is looking to retire there in 5 years. So everything doesn't have to be done overnight. In Italy, as I say, piano piano, floor by floor, little at a time, little by little. So right now we're okay with that. We're hoping to go back in November and have a pretty good update about what's going on. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, keep them coming. They're great. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'll post some updates as they come and share some images of any progress that's going on as we get those coming in. But I wish I could be in Italy right now. I hear it's beautiful, it's a little hot, and it's a good time of year. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Time for a nice beer.
Yeah.